Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Ashley McDowell. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. The Attorney General makes a decision on prosecuting a representative. Also tonight, that second stimulus check is right around the corner. Just one obstacle in the way. And a new group of individuals qualified to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. We tell you who. In sports, Coral Ocean Point Golf Course reopens and the island celebrates. Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
For the different beats of your life, we're here to keep you connected the way you want it. Plans made for you, by you. Build your own bundle with Link. Select the internet, entertainment, mobile, and home phone plans that fit your lifestyle. Pay for what you want, not for what you don't. Build your own bundle and save with Link.
At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under CNMI law. If you see one that is stranded or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537.
It's gonna look a little different in here. Your favorite spot might not be exactly where it used to be. Being next in line might feel a little less like next in line. And our smiles might come with a little extra shine. But McDonald's is ready to take your order, as safely as we can.
Halfa Day to Ruwami and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Friday, January 15th, 2021. Attorney General Edward Menabusen comments on the recent decline to prosecute Representative Ed Probst over sexual misconduct allegations. As stated earlier this week, a memorandum from Chief Prosecutor John Bradley was sent to Attorney General Menabusen stating the criminal division is declining prosecution because of legal issues pertaining to the CNMI laws regarding sexual offenses. The memorandum states an investigation was conducted by DPS against Ed Probst. The DPS report states 8 potential victims were identified and all but 1 provided some sort of detail to the allegations. But because the allegations were incidents that occurred 20 years ago, the memorandum states CNMI law regarding sexual offenses are different from today. Therefore, quote, successful prosecution is unlikely, end quote. KSPN reached out to Menabusen for a response to the memorandum. A statement was emailed back saying, quote, the police investigative report, including information gathered through subpoena, were thoroughly reviewed by our criminal division, and a finding of no prosecution is justified, end quote. But when asked if he thought the accusations to be political since they came forward 20 years later, Menabusen responded with, quote, no comment. A second stimulus check will soon be heading out to those who qualify here in the CNMI. Here's an update from the Department of Finance. It's the additional 2020 recovery rebate, or the second stimulus check. And the CNMI is one step closer to approval for the funding.
The status of the implementation plan, we just received a draft plan from the IRS a few hours ago, and so our team is currently reviewing that for our approval.
The plan details the implementation of $600 for each qualifying adult and child. Eligibility is similar to the first stimulus payment, but is only based on the 2019 tax returns.
So unlike the first stimulus where we went with your most current return, whether it was the 2018 or 2019, this time it must be based on your 2019 return. So we encourage all those who did not yet file their 2019, please file that right away if you expect to get a EIP2 or the second stimulus.
The income cap to receive the second stimulus is also similar to the first payout, with $75,000 for a single return, $150,000 for a joint return, and $112,000 for a head of household. Narita says the Department of Finance is anticipating issuing at least over 30,000 payments to taxpayers for the second stimulus and is projecting to have approval for the funding by next week.
We are reviewing the implementation plan, and we're looking to have Treasury's approval and execution by at least January 20. I know that there is some time difference between here and DC, and there are a couple of federal holidays being observed next week, and so we're trying our best to have this our plan approved and sent to them by the end of day today for us, so that hopefully it gives them enough time to execute and approve as soon as possible.
Narita says the Department of Finance is hoping to start issuing checks within the next 2 to 3 weeks once funding is approved.
And upon approval, part of our plan, they will be transferring 90% of our estimate, which brings us to around 42 million. Advance transfer. So that will allow us to issue payments as soon as possible.
Due to some technical issues, there has been a delay in the launch of the online portal, but Narita is hoping to have the portal back online by next week, so those receiving a second stimulus check may sign up for direct deposit. The Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation has transitioned into Phase 1B for the COVID-19 vaccination. Here are the details. The vaccination process is broken down into phases in the CNMI: Phase 1A, 1B, Phase 2, and Phase 3. Currently, the CNMI is giving vaccines to those who meet the qualifications for Phase 1A and 1B. This includes healthcare workers, persons 60 years of age and older, first responders, CNMI government agencies, education staff, faith-based officials, and COVID-19 contractors employed by the CNMI Governor's Task Force. CHCC COO Subroto Banerjee says Phases 2 and 3 may end up being combined.
Phase 2 is broader infrastructure, where individuals who are, for example, are folks at gas stations, banks, and shops, and things like those sorts of sectors, to start getting those individuals vaccinated. And then, Phase 3 is really defined as general population. But for us, probably Phase 2 and Phase 3 will probably, come together all at once.
CHCC received 12,400 vaccines last weekend, which allows for the hospital to move into this next phase, while always ensuring that enough vaccines are set aside to fulfill the second dose 21 days later.
We are always planning for dose 2 on every dose that we give. So if we give out 400, and we use a box or two of dose, 975, let's just say 1,000 come in a box of a Pfizer box, we're then setting aside automatically that equivalent so that when we get to day 21, we're not waiting for vaccine to come from the mainland.
As of Friday, January 15th, CHCC CEO Esther Munoz says 3,963 individuals have received dose 1 of the vaccine, while 1,146 have completed dose 2 of the Pfizer vaccine and is finished with the series. She says there is enough supply to last until the end of the month.
From our last conversation with CDC, there is a continuation based on our allocation. So we're being allocated it monthly. We got the first for 12,400, for example, for January. We should be expecting similar or even higher allocations for the next month.
Officials from CHCC will be heading to Tinian this Sunday to administer the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine. This vaccine will be used for Tinian and Rota residents, as the Pfizer vaccine must be kept at a negative temperature and cannot be refrozen, making transportation difficult between the islands.
Moderna allows us to do like we do flu outreach, where we're able to roll up a tent, and so we're going to be able to transport it on, Star Marianas and be there and start vaccinating on Sunday. Yeah.
If you do qualify for Phase 1A or 1B, registration for the vaccine may be done by visiting vaccinatecnami.com. The Department of Public Works Division of Energy announces a one-day in-store promotion for Energy Star-rated cool roof products.
On Saturday, January 16th, residents can buy one NC Clear acrylic 5-gallon primer and get a free elastomeric roof coating product at the Sherwin-Williams store in Gualarai. Items will be limited to 2 5-gallon pails and will be available on a first-come, first-served basis. For those interested, you must present a valid government-issued ID and a copy of the most recent utility billing. If you are unable to do so, an authorization letter and a copy of a valid ID must be provided. Businesses, rental property owners, and landlords are not eligible to receive these products. DPW Energy Director Thelma Enos encourages residents to participate so they can reduce their home's cooling costs and conserve energy. The funding was made possible through grants by the U.S. Department of Energy State Energy Program. For more questions, you may contact Vincent Attow at 664-4480.
Coming up, the new Speaker of the House shares his vision for the future. Stay tuned.
Buenos dias, Kiko. Kaigizu ginigi entrada ni Pacific Docomo. Bangof adjudante isti I Docomo staff gwini. Zambangof maudik exhibitionia. Undang kulu na si Jus maasi. Ni una judadzijo after manu para be download za babina sepi isti I ski lino app. Esta analibranu ju isti za parafa di babi fifila ni para be fanapasi za pat babi take off ni si doctor. Docomo Pacific in Guaizaha, Pago, za ni mamaila na tempo. Si Jus maasi.
A meal replacement smoothie is a great way to keep your fitness goals on track during the holiday season, and they taste great, fast, and easy. The December smoothie of the month is Minty Java Choco Chip, and it's just $5. Check out the Shake Cafe, Gold's Gym, Garapan. New local programming coming to Channel 2. The 6th annual Marianas Ukulele Festival will premiere on January 20th, featuring in-depth interviews.
It's a wild, so enticing, so intriguing.
He always loves to share his music, so that was amazing.
Watch father and son play side by side. Hawaiian music from Micro Beach. Performances by local school groups. And local favorites like the Sunset Cruisers and Eric Regis. Come one, come strum, January 20th, right here on Channel 2. You have the flexibility to work out between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. At Gold's Gym, we call this off-peak, and it can save you money. Short-term daytime memberships on sale now, just $59 per month, and gets you access to the biggest and cleanest fitness center on island. Get yourself healthy and strong. Check out Gold's Gym today.
The Tan Su Lin Foundation promotes the culture of giving back. The foundation and its generous partners are committed to supporting programs that include health, education, and sports. Initiatives that promote arts and culture, the environment, and tourism will benefit our community and our residents. Giving back and making a difference will help ensure that the island paradise we call home will be a better place to live.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. One fast food restaurant on island makes a pledge to trades instruction. McDonald's of Saipan renewed its vow to assist the Northern Marianas Trades Institute in its workforce development strategy. The Azuzu family presented a $2,500 check to the NMTI staff on January 11th, marking a 5-year total cash donation of $20,500. McDonald's states its educational tax credits have already been committed, and yet they continue to give. NMTI's Chief Executive Officer, Agnes Mefeeters, released in a statement that the community is fortunate to have educational benefactors that actively contribute to the CNMI's homegrown sustainability approach. The new House Speaker shares some visions and priorities for the 22nd legislature. KSPN Sally Lemus has the details.
House Speaker Edmund Villagomez began his service in the 18th legislature. His most recent work was a bill, which is now a law, that prohibits the use of cell phones while driving. On Tuesday, Villagomez won the speakership position and says there are many things that needs to get done.
There are a lot of issues to look at. Of course, the economy is being one of it. Any way we can help or assist the other agencies that are responsible for regulating and also collecting, the revenue that's coming into the CNMI. If there's any way we can work with them to help with that collection, also to stop with money leaking out, and all the other. There's going to be a lot more than what I could probably say.
Villagomez comments on the ongoing pandemic, which he says might last for a while.
We are somewhat dependent on because of our location, we're dependent on what's happening around the world internationally, and when the world is affected or the U.S. is affected, we are affected probably more so than they are. So we try our best to be on top of the situation. Like a good example too is how we've been handling the pandemic. The administration, the COVID task force, they've done a good job, and we stood ready to assist in any way we could.
And with finances in the CNMI being so tight, Speaker Villagomez says there are two important factors to focus on.
Accountability, transparency, and all that is really important, so that we could see where we at fiscally and how we can move forward from there.
Reporting for KSPN News, I'm Sally Lemus.
Congratulations. All right, coming up in the KSPN2 Sports Report, let's go to the beach and bring a volleyball.
Hi, I'm Dre, one of the personal trainers here at Goat's Gym, and today we're going to go over the kettlebell deadlift. Fantastic exercise to build overall strength, particularly in the legs and hips. Remember, we want to make sure that our setup is in good position. If you set up in a bad position, it's not going to look good, and it's certainly not going to feel good. So a common error setup is obviously a rounded upper back. Two simple ways of correcting that. All I'm gonna have Vince do here is extend his arms up here, and all he's gonna do is think about reaching long and pushing his hips back. Reach long and push your hips back. So as you can see, he's already in good position. Now all he's gonna do is grab that kettlebell He's got tension in his legs and in his back. All he's gonna do is just stand up tall, finish with his glutes.
Come see the best sunsets on Saipan at 360. Build your own pizza or burger. Try our grilled seafood, sumptuous steaks, and sizzling Texas fajitas. Your whole family will love the food and the views at 360. And happy hour and daily lunch specials make 360 a great value. Make it special. Make it 360. The best food and views all the way around.
Buy one, get one free for the off-road adventure at Marianas Trekking. Come ride our side-by-sides at our best price ever and experience a great 90-minute trail ride. Rain or shine, hopefully rain. Book now at Marianas Trekking. Saturdays and Sundays by reservation. Call 323-8735 or book at marianastrekking.com. So what are you going to do this year? At Gold's, a dedicated fitness studio with a cushioned floor is perfect for group exercise. The cardio room features a variety of treadmills, bikes, steppers, and ellipticals. Fitness machines will help you achieve your goals, and the largest free weight area on Saipan gives you comfortable space to work out. Gold's Gym team is ready to help you get to your goals. Try harder. We know you can do it.
Buenas sports fans. Buenas sports fans, the reopening of the Coral Ocean Point Golf Course yesterday was more than just another 18 holes for our golfers. It's a big deal for a bigger reason. Super Typhoon U2 did a number on the Coral Ocean Point Golf Course, destroying it, including the disappearance of hole number 7. 27 months later, facilities are still being renovated, but the golf course is now ready for play.
1, 2, 3.
Elan CEO Brian Shin says this project is more than just about a round of golf.
At the end of the day, I think this is the monumental step for our company to show that we are getting ready for our tourists coming back. And also, we believe that this is something that community celebrated together, because we are able to do this because we contain the COVID-19 as it is today. Otherwise, you know, rest of the world right now is suffering and can't even have more than a few people gathering. But you know, being in CNMI and then you know, having the situation controlled, I think we can at least open this to the community, and you know, shows the rest of the world that CNMI is ready.
Elected leaders applauded Elan's commitment to rebuilding the tourism market.
I think it's really important for not just Coral Ocean Point, but the whole CNMI. I think COP is one of the greatest golf courses, of course, one of the favorites for the locals. But having Elan open this is a sign of the recovery and another hope of our tourism.
It's always nice to know that even in the economic times that we're at, to see that businesses are still willing to invest and expand and rehab to hopefully be ready for when we're ready to accept tourists coming to our islands. It's always good news.
Those golf events can patronize the nice greens that we have here now. So we're looking forward as they open up the club and the bungalows for our tourists when it does rebound.
The invitational tournament kicked off with simultaneous drives on hole number 1 by a trio of junior golfers, Joshua Atlig, Ralph Torres Jr., and...
My name's Fazul and I'm 14.
Thank you so much. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, everyone.
Now, is it just me, or is the island ready for sports to get back to the way it used to be? Golf course reopening and PSS kicking off beach volleyball next week, a week from Saturday, and that'll be just the beginning for beach volleyball. Beach volleyball kind of slowed down the last couple of years, but it's just one of 6 sports that's been approved for the Pacific Mini Games in the summer of 2022. Saipan will be the host, so this is the year to start getting organized.
Well, I don't want to speak on behalf of NMIVA, but I know that there are some preparations beginning to come together as far as talking and logistics. The governor's appointed group has just met last week, and I know we have another meeting later this month to begin putting that together. But NMIVA is just going through, just had its annual general membership, I believe is the term, and we have some new nominations for officers and membership, and so they're going to be doing that voting, I believe, on the 15th, and then I would think that board then was going to hit the ground running and start making some preparations for those games. It's not just selecting our athletes and who's going to represent the CNMI, but since we're the host, we also need to do a lot with our venue and ensure that we're up to Oceania standards regarding volleyball, and they're going to follow FIVB very closely in that 2-person beach volleyball.
Well, thanks to the Rollers Club Holiday Basketball Tournament, we saw some fresh faces. Here's one of those. Age is no barrier. It's a limitation you put on your mind. Young Stars Shining, brought to you by the Tan Su Lin Foundation. The Rollers Basketball Club does an excellent job recruiting new players, such as 16-year-old Fiona Bukalig.
Well, one of my friends who actually plays for Rollers was recruiting some of the girls from Mount Carmel, and so he recruited me and a couple of other girls, and that's how I got on Lady Rollers.
Village basketball courts are important for youth.
Oh yeah, some of my friends who also play basketball, we all meet up at San Antonio Court or play maybe at Civic sometimes, or even Colbert Court, and we all just meet up and have our own pickup games there.
Fiona also enjoys soccer and volleyball.
Well, ever since I was younger, my parents put me in a sport. It was soccer, and starting from that, it has been a big part of my life. I actually have been playing all these sports since I was probably 3rd grade.
So she knows what it takes to succeed.
What makes a player stand out from others is their hard work and dedication and countless amount of hours that they put into themselves and to their sport that they are playing.
Young Stars Shining, brought to you by the Tan Su Lin Foundation. Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw.
For the different beats of your life, we're here to keep you connected the way you want it. Plans made for you, by you. Build your own bundle with Link. Select the internet, entertainment, mobile, and home phone plans that fit your lifestyle. Pay for what you want, not for what you don't. Build your own bundle and save with Link.
Go-karts, off-roading, and the driving range now open at Marianas Trekking. Go-kart track will be open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays with 50% off when you book online at marianastrekking.com, hours 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Use the promo code HAFA50 to get your discount. Off-roading is open too by reservation. Come on a 90-minute trail ride that is perfect for families. Book online at marianastrekking.com. Golfers, come practice on the driving range. You can even pay online, and we will have the balls waiting for you. Come see us weekends at Marianas Trekking, 323-8735.
Today's high 88, the low 77, 66% humidity. Tomorrow, partly sunny, some scattered showers here and there. East, nothing to worry about. East winds 10 to 15 miles an hour, high 86, the low 78, seas 6 to 8 feet. Sunrise 6:46 Saturday, high tide at 9:10 in the morning, a low tide at 5:23 in the afternoon. Sunset 6 past 6. And that is it. It's official. The weekend begins right now. Have a safe one and a great one. See you back here Monday.